Hi, it's Christy from Mommy Loves Makeup. It is very noisy here. We have a lot of construction going on, so I don't know how good the sound quality is going to be. I'm crossing my fingers because there's just seems to be no time where there's a break from the sound. It has been forever since I have done a favorites video, so I thought I would just do a fall favorite since I have missed months of doing it. I'm going to start by telling you all about something that I found out about a couple of months ago when I was super busy with some auction stuff. I really didn't have time to watch TV, but when I wanted to veg and just, you know, enjoy some total indulgent time, I found on the internet She's Got the Look. It's a modeling competition for women over 35. It was so addictive. I watched like the 3rd season, and you can get it on their tvland.com website, and they have all the episodes from, you know, season 1 to season 3, and it was just so fun to watch. And some really just gorgeous women, 35 and older, some much older, you know, just, and they looked fantastic. So it was just sort of great to see how, you know, different women aged and really aged beautifully, and it was a fun competition to watch. It's the one where Brooke Burke was the host, so I will link to it down there. It was just a fun little series that I just was obsessed with, and I kept meaning to tell you all about it because I thought a lot of you all would be interested in seeing it too, especially, you know, viewers my age. So I just kept forgetting, so I just wanted to mention that first. The other thing I keep forgetting to mention is cooking. I hate cooking, but I'm actually an okay cook, and I try to cook, probably like at least 4 nights a week, usually 5, but it's not a passion, but I love to eat. So, and I'm a very anal retentive type of person, so I can follow a recipe to perfection. So normally my stuff comes out good if I have a good recipe. And one of like the just foolproof places to go for fantastic food is thepioneerwoman.com, and I'll link to it down there, but she has some of the best recipes ever. One of them is this pancetta with leeks recipe. It's a pasta recipe, and I actually don't do it with a pancetta. I prefer with bacon. But she has like these very detailed colored photos of each step in the process. She takes a photo of all the ingredients, and it's just heavenly, some of the things she makes. I mean, everything I've ever tried of hers has been fantastic. I went to book signing. I have her, you know, her cookbook. She's just a genuinely sweet, wonderful woman. And I sort of got tuned into her when I was homeschooling the girls, because her website has homeschooling information, fantastic homeschooling ideas, very detailed photography, tutorials and tips, and just plain gorgeous photography too. She is also a writer. She has like a little section where she wrote the story of her and her husband, and that was really fun to read. And then she just does a lot of cooking, and that's probably what she's most known for. But if you have never seen her, she's a wonderful mommy blogger, and you have got to check out her website and the recipes. Let me see. The Jaden's beef with broccoli, the pancetta with leeks pasta, and her enchiladas. Those would be my top 3. They're so good. They're just awesome. Okay, so now I will go to my favorites. It's just gonna be random. I had to bring a box down because I had so much stuff. Let's see. Okay, hair. My grays, it's like as soon as I turned 39, it's like the powers that be just wanted to make sure I knew I was feeling my age, so my gray hairs have just been crazy. So I had been going to the stylist to do my hair in the salon, but it was getting so expensive, and it was having to be so frequent. I used to be able to wait 6 to 8 weeks, and now it's really a 4-week deal. I mean, by the 4th week, those grays are popping out, and they're just, you know, right down here in the center, and they're just, with my hair this dark, they're noticeable. So I had tried the L'Oreal Superior Preference one the one that Andy McDowell, the color she uses, I forget the color. It's the one Blushing Pixie recommended. And oh man, that did not work out for me. My hair pulls reds like crazy, and that was like, just had too much of a red undertone, and I did not like it, and it just was really brassy when it faded. And so I went back to my tried and true, and I'm surprised I never mentioned this, but this is like the best brown, and it's a real neutral brown, so it doesn't make you brassy. And I actually have to leave it on for 25 minutes on my roots, and then at the 25-minute mark I kind of brush it out or comb it out and spread it, so you don't get that banding effect. And so I leave it on for a total of 30 minutes. My grays are that resistant, and I have the craziest hair. It's just the texture, I need that extra time, and it's never harmed my hair. I do this every 4 weeks now. But it's the Clairol Natural Instincts, and I get the color Hazelnut, and it's the medium brown, and it's a neutral, and it says it's a balance of warm and cool tones and keeps your hair closest to your current tone. So if you have dark hair, it's, this is kind of mistake proof. I've used the other colors. I've used clove, pecan. I've even used cinnaberry, and I actually like cinnaberry if I feel like going reddish. But the Hazelnut is just my favorite. Always dependable. Just love this color. And, it's the closest to my hair color. And I know my hair probably looks black on camera, but it's really like a dark brunette. So I love the Natural Instincts. Alright, keeping with the hair, I love that Kerastase Mask Quintense. It's very expensive, and I'm always on a beauty budget, so it just hasn't fit into my budget lately to get it. So I tried this Neutrogena Triple Moisture on a whim. I just happened to notice it because it sort of has the same coloring and packaging as the Kerastase. So it was like $5 or $6. It was on sale. I forget the cost, but it's actually really pretty good. I use this once a week, and it smells fantastic. Let's see, what does it have? It says it has olive, meadow foam seed, and sweet almond, and it's kind of the same texture as the Kerastase, but it's definitely not the same quality. But it's the best drugstore one that I've tried so far, so I really like this. And for that money, I use it on my girls too, with their crazy Rapunzel hair. So it's fantastic. Okay. I finally got on the bandwagon and decided to try the Creamery Creek soaps, and it's the goat milk soap, and it's been highly reviewed here on YouTube. I was curious about it because my oldest has eczema, and it said it was good for eczema, and she's really been wanting to, wash her body with something other than the Aveeno, and I was hesitant to try it, but, I figured, okay, let's give it a go. And I asked the owner if she had, because I know she'd given Love, Peace, and Lip Gloss Gina some molds for her little kids, and so I was hoping to get a mold of the unscented goat milk soap for my daughter, my oldest, to use. But when it came, she said, unfortunately, she didn't have a mold for that, and that was fine. I just asked for it. I wasn't asking for a freebie, but she did send me a free cow soap, and I am not sure of what the scent. It was like a brownish color. Maybe it was the green tea. I don't know. It was beautiful, and so I put that in the shower for my girls, and the unscented, and then my daughters were playing around, and my oldest decided to use the molded one, because I knew that she would be attracted to that because it was in the shape of a cow, and it was something cuter than the square one. And so I was a little bit worried that it was going to make her eczema flare up just because it had, a scent in it. It was subtle. These soaps it's a subtle scent. It's not like going into Lush where, it's like an explosion of fragrance for your nose. It's nothing like that. It's very subtle, and this is, ooh, this smells good. This is the blueberry scrub. This is my last soap. I got like 5 of them. And all right, long story short, my daughter's been using the scented ones, and and the unscented They have given her no irritation. She loves them. She's just so excited to have something that smells good. We have never used a soap on her that didn't cause some type of flare-up of her eczema. So I was just totally surprised that she was able to use this. And so I thought I would mention that because these are very, very good for that. And they do smell wonderful. And I like them. I'll be buying and placing another order soon. Okay. Skincare. The neck. The other thing too with getting older. And I feel like I'm starting to notice things on other people my age. And one of the first signs of aging is the neck area. Or at least that's what I seem to notice on a lot of women. Just they tend to neglect this area. So I had always just used whatever body moisturizer I was using on my neck. But I figured I'd better start using something more catered to the neck area. So first product I got was the Skin So Soft from Avon. It's the Renew and Refresh Age-Defying Corrective Neck and Chest Treatment. This has been great. I love it. It has an SPF of 15, so I use this in the morning. And then at night, Lisa D1 said she had been using the Egyptian Magic. And so I got this. This is, oh, it's kind of expensive. It's like $29. It stinks. It's nothing, doesn't smell good. But it works. So I keep using it. It definitely is not something I can use in the mornings. I use it at night because it does leave kind of a sheen on your skin and it takes a while to absorb in, and it really works great. And it's been working great on my my daughter's eczema, sometimes behind her knees and in the crooks of her elbows. She will get, you know, just little flare-ups, and this has been fantastic for that. So my neck, yeah, I was actually kind of getting like a little bit of a line right here, and it's totally gone, and it's just, you know, actually worked. In about a month's time, I saw a difference. Skincare. Vivite. This is from Allergan, the same company that does the MD Forte that I use. What was it? The facial cleanser number 3. It's the 20% glycolic facial cleanser I've mentioned in a skincare video. Anyways, the Vivite is their higher end brand, probably their luxury brand, kind of cater to that market. I got this from Skincare RX. Ooh, I forgot to look up the price before I started talking. It is, I think, $119, very expensive. Okay, I used this up in 2 months. Was it better than the Obagi? You know, because it's touted as being an alternative to like the hydroquinone creams. I don't know if it was better. It didn't seem to clear up my and I did use it for 2 months. It didn't seem to clear up my melasma up here, but I did have an area where I had, you know, gone out in the sun without sunscreen, and it cleared up that. It was fantastic at keeping my face clear as far as breakouts. Perfection with that. This is called the Vibrance Therapy, and it's only 1 ounce, and I hate packaging like this, because especially when you can't see through to where the pump is. And when it was time for it to be done, I normally break into all these things because there's usually like, you know, a week's worth of product still left in there once the pump won't pump anything out. It was like breaking into Fort Knox to get this thing open. I've never had to do, I basically had to call in my husband to use some tools from the shed to bust this baby open to get, you know, the last bit of my liquid gold. And this stuff does work, so I think it is a great alternative to hydroquinone for those of you who are worried about that. I just think it's very, very expensive for the amount of product you get. So, yeah, there we go with that. Okay, really quickly, some lip things. My time is running out. NARS, the Chihuahua. I got this as a sample. I'm getting ready to buy the full size. I love this. That lip fusion stuff that I showed that I got as a freebie for my Sephora rewards. Love this stuff. It actually is plumping my lips. I've never had that happen before. I've been using the Lip Fusion XL and then the the gloss and the color Crave, and I love this color. They've been great. All right, time's running out. Thanks for watching. Bye.